so this is a crazy thing.
Hey, come here.
What I was going to say was, the title of it is Just Give Up After 35. And the reason why I say that is because I get so many questions and people asking. There's always the silly ones. How do I lose fat? The person that asked that 100 times to 100 people, and they're just looking to like, oh, maybe I'll do it when I finally hear the right thing. So it's a dumb question. Everybody knows how to lose fat. You get started. And if you don't know how to lose fat, you go to somebody that does, and then you start. But you don't keep asking everybody. And another one that I think is just mind-blowing, again, I'm not in the real world because I just don't think like that, is the, hey, is 35 too late to start? Is 40 too late to start? And we have somebody here who's gonna do a set and then tell you about him coming to me at exactly his birthday a week before. He already set it up and did everything a week before his 40th birthday to know he was gonna start training with me at 40. If I remember correctly, it was a week or 2 weeks before. He set up this stuff. All right, get a set in. Watch this. Bryce, wide grip. If you wanna go a little bit more tougher exercise, that wide grip is always gonna be tougher on curls. Coming inside is a little easier. But again, outside you gotta do it too, just because you gotta keep that leg in motion. And he is doing a little superset, 2 muscles. Don't worry, she's staying. She's actually guarding Bryce's dog right now is guarding the house. Stay over it, good. You can see almost stacking that weight. He is in a surplus, but he's not in a crazy amount of surplus. Bryce, let him know. You said something earlier. You said the wrong side of 40, is that right?
Yeah, so people talk about if they're just gonna give up on life, or if they get to a place in life where they just talk about what they were maybe when they were in high school or younger, but can never get back to a good fitness level. And the truth is it's never too late. But I think that 40 is an amazing age, because once you hit 40, you probably have achieved a career, maybe a family, kids, etc. And
so it's back to your time.
Yeah, so you wanna, so then, yes, it's kind of back to your time, but also, you also take a look at where you're at, and you're like, hey, I've been focused maybe on all these other things, I have to improve myself. So for me, when I was going to hit 40, I had been working out, but I wanted to combat it. So I wanted to run at 40, not let 40 hit me like a wave and just knock me wherever it was gonna knock me. And I wanted to take control and run my body. So I said, I want to find the person I think that's going to be able to allow me to sculpt my body the best and get stronger and improve bone density. All these things I really didn't know a lot about, and I learned from Mike, but I thought, if anyone's going to teach me, it's going to be a guy who can power lift, who can bodybuild, and who's at the top of that pyramid and has been for decades. So I ran at 40, and I started right before 40, and I stayed consistent, and I did all my diets, never missing any time from Mike. I did all my workouts, never missing or stopping, not even, a week, unless it was a prescribed stop that we needed to give the body a, kind of annual rest with Mike. And any of the cardio, and any of the cut downs, and any of the strength goals with Mike. So I've been in a decade of fitness now, plus.
One thing real quick for you guys at home, he's at 51 now, and he's stronger. Now again, he didn't do nothing until he was 40. So this is a guy that was active until he was 40, which a lot of you probably are not. So he was active, he was working out. But then when he went to 40, he goes, I need to take it up a notch, which is a different thing and a different approach to most of you, because when you get to 40, you're all like, well, I better just go light, maybe pick up yoga and pull back. He attacked 40, and now at 51, his bone density is doubled. He's stronger, he's in better shape than he was when he was 40. So I just wanted you to understand this. He wasn't not doing anything and then started. He was doing stuff. He attacked 40 and got better by 51. So the confusion here is, why did you do the opposite of most people? And why did you go, well, I should just give up now that I'm 40? Why did you attack it and not do the, and I'm not saying yoga's bad and going light's bad. If you want to do it, you keep moving, great, I'm happy for that. But there's a different approach that he took than all of you. You can agree with me on this. Most of you, even pros I've been around, powerlifting, bodybuilding, martial arts, go, I'm gonna pull back now. I'm 40, And the one funny thing is they go, I don't want to risk injury. Dude, you risk injury at 18, at 20. Age doesn't make a difference. It's how your body is. And so, you know, at 40, you're finally peaking your mature strength. That's your man strength. And now you're going, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go the other way. And again, so what I don't understand, what was it that you did differently, and why did you do it differently than everybody else?
I wanted to achieve an elite level because I feel that if I'm ever going to do anything, then it has to be the hardest way to do it. And I said, if I work with Mike, this is all about doing it not the easiest way or taking the easy way out, doing it the smartest way, of course, but the most extreme way that I could do it. Because I believe that you have to go through some pain, and not an injury pain, but just a motivation, a will to want to be better. And I know that I would not hit any goals unless I was going to go through it with someone who has a hardcore mindset about it. So that's the way I am. I'm a motivated person, and I think that when you go to work out, even if it's being motivated in taking a day off, meaning when you're supposed to take a day off, or resting when you're supposed to rest, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing nothing. But you have to be serious about it. And my approach was serious. My approach wasn't unserious. And I think that's the difference between me and a lot of other people. And I also didn't make it about right now, or, oh, it's going to work for me today, or, oh, we're just going to see in a few weeks and then try something new. I said, this is going to be an investment, and this is going to be a long-term thing, because Rome doesn't get built in a day. And I'm so glad I did. I did it, and I continue to do it, because I don't know where I'd be right now if we didn't rip everything down and rebuild it with such a strong foundation.
So Mona's 48, I'm double nickels. It's just one of those things that you guys got to stop saying that, because that's your mindset. Is 40 too late? Well, I guess for you it is. If that's what you're going to think, then you're already done. And the whole concept about if you think it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You know that old saying, if you think you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt. Weightlifting, nobody ever said it's easy and everybody's going to be like perfect through that. But anything is risky. But the downside of that is you giving up, you're guaranteed that you're going to decay. We're not arguing that. You already know that. You're going to decay. You're going to get weaker. Your body's going to get softer. Your bones will get more brittle. You will be just injured moving a couch. And now you can't even do anything. So the point is, you still got to go in. You still got to work out. And you should really seriously think about starting this, but attack it. Mostly for you guys that are saying that. And that's why we put the caption on there, a little fish hook, just to maybe get you a little pissed off at yourself mentally, going, man, I quit at 30. And I get, like Bryce said, there's times that you have to be a father and work and a mother and take care of kids, and your time gets as a caretaker, and now it's back to your time at 40. Get moving now. Now you can make it, and yes, you can make changes, and yes, you can become 10 times better. Think about this. Bryce, 51, he was doing, what was he doing? Like 360, 375 for deads for playtime. 450 the other day. It's like he's doing numbers that a lot of the 20-year-olds at Golds can't do. Now, if he quit at 40 and had that mind approach that most of you have, I don't know where he'd be today. But he sure wouldn't be advanced and better than he was at 40. And so that to you guys.
And I was, right, and I'm much stronger now and through my 40s than I was before I was 40. And that was directly attributable to Mike's training and Mike's teaching me how to do the weights. And I know, because I know the weights that I was doing when I was in my late 30s. And I tried lots of things. I was swimming in my 30s. I was doing triathlons, and that was a lot of fun. Okay, I'm not saying it wasn't a lot of fun, but for me, I wanted to say, all right, I want to build an amazing body. I want to look the best I ever looked in my life. And I think that if you're about to be 40, or you're in your 30s and you're gonna, or you're in your 40s, you probably established, you're probably in a groove professionally, you got your family, etc. Why not just go out and just crush it, and then do an appearance goal or do a strength goal and be like, damn, look what I achieved. And that's going to be contagious, because you know what? You're going to realize, oh man, this looks amazing. So I want to do it again. Because for me, it was like, you know what? The next time through, I'm going to do this even better. When I look back at the first cut down that I hit in December 21st, 2012, I was very happy with it, but I wasn't satisfied. And all of the cuts downs that I've done since have been so much more interesting by being able to tweak them and seeing the results. And I just think accomplishments are great to have. And if at the end of every year or birthday or whatever, you can be like, well, what did I do this year? Let me take stock of things. Be like, well, hey, look, I did a cut down. I did a competition, or I did a photo shoot after I did it, or I did a strength goal and I hit a huge weight that I've never hit before. That's awesome. But you're not going to get that without working with smart people and a great team. Because what Mike has always said to me, which has always rung true, is look at all the people in the gym that you go in with every day. They're all doing the same thing and they never change. They never look like they change. So if you want to change, you can do it, but you got to be serious about it. And you have to diet, and you have to lift, and you have to have a great team and listen. So, with that, I hope that's just some motivation, or just like a kick in the ass to be like, all right, like it's December. January is always, the new leaf. Let's turn over a new leaf for the new year. But like, don't quit after a month because you have to go to some silly, corporate trip or something, or the kids got a soccer game, or a soccer series, and you're like, okay, well, screw working out. No, like get up an hour earlier, or go to bed an hour later, or do whatever you need to do. There, I said my piece.
I say start now. Everybody else, that mental state is, we'll start January 1st. No, you're not. You're starting now. You're jumping on the Blitz with me. We're going in this thing. So let's rock and roll. And a little kick in the ass. Sometimes we need it, right? And if you took offense to this because you did ask those kind of silly questions, you're mad at yourself for asking it and waiting. You got to do it. And you got to do it now. And you don't need to wait till a date. That's irrelevant. It starts right today. So
and imagine this. I didn't have the Blitz to do. I had to go seek Mike out before iPhones and online portals that trained you, and online food services that shipped you that shipped your food, and all of these other things that are great tools. And now, and Instagram and all of these other great tools that you can utilize to actually ask questions, see other things. It was very basic YouTube videos that really hadn't been done. So you have to actually realize, be like, wow, like I have an amazing amount of resources right now. And I did it for 10 years, already, and now 11 plus, and we'll keep doing it because it works. But yes, be serious about it. And yeah, if you haven't started already, you're already late.